Hey everybody, welcome back. This isn't the Game Land. This is the Thursday Night Football Game Day show. Yes, sir. A little bit different of a schedule this week, but I hope everybody's set to enjoy it nonetheless. Luke Young, Mike Gannon on the microphones for you today. We're also live on Facebook, Gospel Station Sports and Talk. Thank you to everybody tuning in online or on the Facebook, wherever you're calling in from or listening in from. We very much appreciate it. Mike, how's your day been? You were here as early as I was, maybe a little bit earlier.
I was here, running for you for the Bethany girls, Lady Broncos softball, which they won decisively. So once I did that, I had to, run across town, take a couple of errands, and then came back around here, and I've been waiting for tonight. Thursday night fall break football is always fun. This is like the off and on 12th, 13th year I've kind of done this. And it always creeps me out because it's always, and thankfully this year everybody's playing on Thursday because there have been years where I've had Thursday games and Friday games.
Those are got to be rough. I thought you were going to say it's always strange. It's always weird. Because I would have believed it. I mean, we were just listening to the end of the coaches show. Yeah. I mean, the coaches like to do the same thing every year. They don't like to mix up the schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we're the same way after all. Hey, well, on this Game Day show, it is brought to you by Evans Hardware out there in Midwest City. Bethany football is taking on Hera tonight, and Tuttle football is over at Tecumseh. So all of our broadcasting crews are kind of hanging out over on that east side of the city right now. Evans Hardware, of course, I just mentioned they're in Midwest City, serving that area since like 1961, I think it is, if I remember correctly. 65. Ah, so close. So close. I was picturing that T-shirt they have hanging down from the ceiling there, trying to remember. Evans Hardware is at 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. The number to call is 405-732-1898. They're open 8 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and 11 to 4 on Sunday. Stop by there. They've got lawn care equipment. I'm trying to think of all the, how to say it, but home renovations and literally just the nuts and bolts.
They got everything those big box stores across town have.
Literally everything, and at great prices as well. Remember, 405-732-1898 is the number to call for Evans Hardware. That store out in Midwest City. Great place. We play their commercial all the time. Our food today brought to us, I should say, by All American Pizza, 7101 Northwest Expressway out here in Oklahoma City. Call 405-721-2900. They're open until 9 p.m. tonight. Tell me you heard about them on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. They'll be glad to hear it. They helped us out with the Football Coaches Show not too long ago, just a couple of days. And the kids loved it, and we loved it too on the broadcaster side. So thanks to All American Pizza. We got 2 pepperonis and a 2-liter of Sprite that Mike's about to get into down there. So we're eager to get into that. But well, on this Game Day show, the first thing we got to talk about, obviously, is the game we had this morning, since you and I have now both mentioned it. You said it was a blowout, and although you did say it was a blowout. I'm putting words in your mouth there.
It was domination.
Domination, that's a better word. 3-0 victory for Bethany High School volleyball over their opening round opponents, Christian Heritage. A team that the first time they met this season pushed Bethany to 5 sets. Got swept in the quarterfinal matchup on the first game of the day. And it was convincing, too. 25-9, 25-20, 25-13. Yeah. 2 out of the 3 sets, it was pretty much a blowout. Bethany came out looking like a different team, a different animal. I had them on a coach's show last night, and I hope everybody tuned into that one. I know a lot of people did, because if you were there, you heard that they were going to bring a lot of energy. That's what they said they were going to do. Confidence and energy were going to be 2 mainstays in their performance today. And, well, they were right, because they got up early and literally never looked back. Mm-hmm. It was impressive. Mike, what did you think listening to that one here at the studio as that was going on?
Skylar Brady.
25
kills.
That's what she ended up. Now, I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, so I could have miscounted. But that's a lot of kills.
She came out of the gate on fire. I mean, it was just one after another after another after another in that first set.
It really was like that. I mean, they didn't have a defense that could stop her. She was even pulling out the, behind the head, attack the soft part of the defense every now and then up by the net. It was impressive stuff. Targeting back corner, targeting near side, targeting far side. They didn't have anything that could stop her. Every time they would try to cover one thing and cheat somewhere else, she would read it, go the other way. And, of course, we've talked about volleyball before. That's all part of the communication they have as a team, identifying that. But anytime your leading scorer, your leading killer, whatever you want to call it, leading outside hitter, has 20-plus kills, you know you're doing something right. They were doing something right this morning. I think the game lasted just under 2 hours. I was there at Carl Albert for 2 hours chatting to some of the players and stuff afterwards. So as far as volleyball games go, that one was pretty quick.
So, so who are they facing tomorrow?
The final was a 3-0 victory for Community Christian.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh yeah, the storylines write themselves. It's Bethany Community Christian tomorrow in the semifinal matchup, 9:30 a.m. once again. Maybe the early start will work in Bethany's favor.
Maybe, but I mean, this is a rivalry game. I mean, this is OU Texas. This is this is Iowa LSU 3 years ago when they faced each other in the finals, and they came back around and faced each other semifinals following year. It's the same thing.
I said earlier today that this is the state championship.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's another team. No disrespect to them. No disrespect to your Cassia Halls and Victory Christians and Glen Pools and stuff on the other side. But I think this game tomorrow, Bethany Community Christian, is the true state championship. Whoever wins that is going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you're right, this is the rivalry. I mean, these teams have met twice before. So far, they've gone Community Christian. They're one of the few teams. Only 3 teams have beaten Bethany this year.
Yeah.
Community Christian is 2 of their 4 losses. They're one of the only teams that has stood a chance against these Broncos looking to defend their state title. And we meet them in the semifinals, which I don't know how brackets work. I just got to go ahead and say this. Shame on the bracket maker if they seed these individually. How are we putting Community Christian and Bethany on the same side? Come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, they said the same thing about the Iowa LSU round 2 a few years ago. They're like going up the bracket. People said, "Really, guys? Really? Come on, man! Everyone wants to see the team in the final."
I know. It's like this is the perfect championship matchup this year, and we're getting it around early, I guess. But single elimination, someone's got to move on. Someone's going to take that loss tomorrow morning. Someone's going to go to that championship game on Saturday. Will it be Bethany? Will it be Community Christian? We don't know. Both teams winning their quarterfinal set in 3 straight. Weatherford, a team Bethany had handled before. Of course, that was obviously the preferred matchup, I would say, in a lot of ways, is getting an Eagles team that we've handled in the past. But didn't get the upset on that side, so we'll have to do it the hard way. Have to do it, in many ways, hopefully for us, the fun way, because we're expecting some good volleyball. I mean, again, the way they were playing this morning, folks, if you weren't listening, you missed out. Big time.
I'm gonna rerun that probably after tonight's game. If anybody wants to stick around and listen to that, we'll rerun that. As part of after the boys are done, we'll rerun it and then go back to the boys again, like we normally do. So we'll stick around and you'll be able to hear that. By the way, for the record, last season, Community Christian and Bethany were on opposite sides of the bracket, and they met in the final.
Mm-hmm.
That was the game last year. So, yeah, it's round 2.
It's round 2. Saints and Broncos. Obviously, Bethany got the better of them last year, defending state champs. But man, Community Christian has been a tough team. They have their own insane outside hitter and a couple of back row defenders that played the same way.
They've been playing on a mission because of what happened last year. They want their championship back.
I think they do. We talked a lot on the coaches show about good defense turning into good offense. Excuse me, that was the final aspect of this quarterfinals match, I thought, for Bethany. As good as Brady was, as many kills as she had, as good as the team played, you can't tell the story of that victory without mentioning Maya McFall and Kiara O'Hearn.
Yes.
They had an absolutely stellar day. McFall, obviously the team's starting setter. She was all over the court, sets, digs, doing whatever, blocks at the net. And O'Hearn kind of popped up as a quick second option, getting kills early on, and she had a couple big blocks at the net as well. I mean, it's the definition of a team victory, right? But if you're going to give the credit, you could give it to literally everyone that stepped on the floor individually, but man, just those 3 impressed in a different way in that quarterfinals match. And I hope they're listening right now to hear me say that, because I mean it. That was impressive. I'm excited to see what this team brings back out tomorrow. I'm going to try and look and see if I can't find any of the quarterfinals matches from the other side here. It was Cassia Hall and Lincoln Christian. Looks like Cassia Hall won that one 3-0. And then Glenpool and Victory Christian played. And I'm not seeing a score update on that one currently. They played at 2:45 p.m. They started, so we should see it soon.
It's up soon. They probably wrapped up here in the last hour and a half.
No, it'll be posted eventually, but at least we know Cassia Hall is moving on, which obviously to no one's surprise, Cassia Hall is very good as well. All right, well, that'll take us right about to our first commercial break here on the Thursday night football game day show. Luke Young, Mike Gannon here in the studio in Oklahoma City, getting ready for a long and great night of high school football here in the state of Oklahoma. Coming up, we're going to preview the Bethany and Tuttle games and take a look at some of the other games happening around the state. But before we go, this Game Day show is brought to you by Evans Hardware out in Midwest City. The address is 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. They're closing soon today, but they'll be open again tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And thanks one more time to All American Pizza, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Before we go to break, they sponsored our food, got us some great pizza. We'll be back after this on the Thursday Night Football Game Day Show.
Do it best at Evans Hardware. Since 1965, Evans Hardware has provided Midwest City with top-quality home improvement supplies and a one-of-a-kind shopping experience. At 1021 South Douglas Boulevard, Evans Hardware is family-owned and has the right products for every situation, including DIY projects, professional contracting, or quick fixes. Their satisfaction guarantee and quick turnarounds mean you'll always find what you need. So visit Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
Or call 405-732-1898. That's 405-732-1898.
Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
Now open at 5801 West Britain Road. It's Himador Mexican Grill. Order at Himador Mexican Grill and be treated to a spacious dining area, friendly staff, and delicious Mexican dishes. Fajitas, quesadillas, seafood, vegetarian meals, they've got it all at Himador Mexican Grill, 5801 West Britain Road. With different lunch and dinner specials every day and great prices, Himador Mexican Grill is the place to be. They open at 11 a.m. every day and come by starting August 30th to get some drinks at the brand new bar. The people love Himador Mexican Grill, and you will too. Call 405-367-7274 or email himadorgrill5801@gmail.com to reserve your table. Himador Mexican Grill is eager to serve you. 5801 West Britain Road and call 405-367-7274.
Your home and your car are more than just things. They're where you make your memories, and they deserve the right protection. At Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, well, he gets it, and that's why he's there. For your home, life insurance, car, and more, call Blake Nightingale 405-728-1313. Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. State Farm Insurance.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979 in the precious memory of Flowers by Roy. Alicia Rankins and staff have carried the commitment to only offer the finest, unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 721-1813 and begin a new memory.
Got hair that needs some cutting? Head on down to Fresh Clips at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street. Fresh Clips can take care of everyone, young or old, and they offer beard trims, color treatments, wax and shampoo services, not to mention their senior discounts. Don't take your head anywhere else. Call Fresh Clips at 405-506-0956 and visit them at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street. Come visit us at Raspado's Hawaiian Shaved Ice, 4571 Northwest 23rd Street. We're open year-round, 7 days a week, so come try our delicious crepes, smoothies, and churros. Raspado's Hawaiian Shaved Ice, 405-225-1000. We also serve burgers, tacos, and more. 4571 Northwest 23rd Street. Also on Facebook, Raspado's OKC. That's Raspado's OKC, 405-225-1000.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm glad that's still a thing that we're doing here.
It's still in the system. It's still in the system.
That's good. That's good. That was the whole reason I did that, is so we could play it every now and then and surprise each other. Well, coming back on the Game Day show, it's Thursday night football with all the schools around here being on fall break. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in on the Facebook and online. Go to thegospelstation.com, hit that Sports and Talk tab. It'll take you right to the station. This is the Thursday Night Football Show, again brought to you by Evans Hardware on Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. Serving the area since 1965, family-owned and operated. Fasteners, plumbing parts, electrical, mower parts, everything for your lawn, your garden, indoor sheds. They've got it all at Evans Hardware. Thanks so much to Evans for sponsoring the show. And our food was brought to you by All American Pizza. I keep saying brought to you. You don't get the pizza. Sorry about it. We get the pizza. Food was sponsored by All American Pizza. Right up the road here on Northwest Expressway, 7101 is the address. For All American, you can call 405-721-2900 or head to the website, allamericanpizzaokc.com. They do takeout, delivery. They're great for kids. They've got a little bit of a waiting room area where you can get some, see the menu, right, get the drinks, do everything in there. So thanks to All American Pizza. Great pizza. We love getting them out here. Well, in this second segment, we're going to take a look at some of the games happening around the state before really hitting hard the previews on our third and fourth segment. Let's start in Class 5A, since we've been talking about Evans Hardware so much. Carl Albert plays John Marshall today in a 5A district matchup. Obviously, kickoff's at 7 p.m., as is for most people. Carl Albert, obviously, literally titans in the football sphere. 6-0, undefeated season for them so far. They've only got 4 more games left this year. It's John Marshall, Lawton, Guthrie, and Altus. They've won everything kind of like Tuttle has, where it's been 50s or higher to very little. There was one game that was an exception, and it was the one I went to, Stillwater.
Stillwater.
Maybe I'm a little bit of bad luck for the Titans. I don't know.
Well, and there was also a step up on classes as well, because it was in Stillwater 6A school.
Stillwater is 6A, but to that point, they also beat Eisenhower 57-0, which is a 6A school. So they've beaten a couple 6As here and there pretty bad. But that Stillwater game was really fun. I enjoyed watching that one. John Marshall, again, a district matchup for the Titans tonight, 1-5, not having the best of seasons. In their district, they've already lost to Guthrie, Lawton, and Altus. It's just been a tough year, for John Marshall for the Bears. They're just going to come out here and just play, let it all loose, try and cause an upset, right? That's not much you can do when faced with this kind of matchup. Mike Dunn's Carl Albert team, ridiculous. Some other teams happening in 6A in that area. Del City is taking on Will Rogers tonight. Del City comes in 5-1 on the season, just one shy of that undefeated mark themselves. They've lost the opener to Edmond Memorial. So 6A school there, so give the credit where it's due. But coming off of that, they've only really had one close game themselves. It was a district matchup against Collinsville. They won 24-21. Again, they've got Will Rogers tonight.
This is interesting. Could end up being a Carl Albert and Del City could end up facing each other in the postseason play. That would be interesting.
Very likely. I mean, they're two very similar teams as far as record go, as far as final scores go.
Yeah.
And in the same area, it would be that little inner-city rivalry type of deal. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Will Rogers coming into the season 1-4. Brent Scott's squad is coming off a win, a 49-33 win against Memorial in the middle of their own district play. So maybe they've got a little bit of momentum they can take to Del City. Maybe we'll see. I keep saying, but there's always the chance for an upset, right?
Any given Thursday night in this case?
Yeah, any given Thursday. Let's look at some more teams happening around here. Midwest City plays MacArthur.
Look at Slot Mac down. It's always rough whenever one of the teams from one of the corners has to come to Oklahoma City or vice versa. That's a drive.
It is a drive. I mean, going down to Medill, that was a drive too.
The same way going that way as well.
Midwest City is 1-6 this year, not quite to the other level of the Midwest schools out there, or the Mid-Del schools, I should say.
Yeah.
They've got MacArthur, Classen SAS, and Duncan to round out their season. Again, 1-6. They've already played 7 games. They'll have their true bye coming up soon. They've lost to Del City already, Southeast, Newcastle, Bishop McGinnis. See the kind of teams they've played against, and you kind of see the echelon of competition they're at. It's so tough to compete in 5A right now. There's so many good schools.
Yeah.
MacArthur, on the other hand, 5-1. They are one of the teams that has been able to compete a little bit. They got wins against Eisenhower, Lawton, Ponca City. That was an overtime thriller, by the way, for MacArthur, 60-57 in the final. Class and SAS, they were at Duncan last week, got a win. Now here on the 16th, they come to Midwest City, or excuse me, they host Midwest City. Yeah, sorry, I messed that up. They host Midwest City as Coach Brett Manning's squad looks to make it a 6-game win streak.
Okay.
Let's see what they got there. Rounding out Class 5A, Pryor is taking on Nathan Hale. Shawnee's at Durant. East Central's at BT Washington. Guthrie's at Western Heights. Claremore's at Collinsville. Just a couple of names, a couple of games to note. Altus is at Noble. They start at 7:30 p.m. They are that late game. Altus Noble, obviously we saw Noble in the past for the Bethany side. They've got Guthrie, Lawton, Carl Albert. Really Altus versus Carl Albert on November 7th. That might be the game of the week that week.
That might be the game of the week.
Altus 6-0 themselves, trying to keep that undefeated season alive as they get down there. John Marshall played them to a 57-30 win. So Marshall made it close.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely a lot better than 50-6, which I'm seeing earlier on the Altus schedule. So if we see, a John Marshall team that does come out and is very physical tonight, I mean, don't throw out that idea of a stunner. Don't just dismiss that outright. That'll wrap it up for the 5A preview here. Let's take a look at maybe some of those 6A games. Bixby is taking on Enid tonight.
Oh, boy.
Enid 0-6, not having a great year. Bixby, arguably the best team in Oklahoma. Expect that one. That one I will say you can probably expect to be a blowout.
Once again, Bixby are the children of the people who played at Jenks 20 years ago, and the grandchildren of people from Broken Arrow and Tulsa Union from 40 years ago. That's who Bixby is.
Speaking of Jenks, they're over at Deer Creek today. Their one loss this year, their 5-1, was to Bixby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, again, those two teams, Bixby, Jenks, they are up there. It's like those two in 6A, Tuttle is right underneath them in 4A, and you've got the 5A. I'll give credit to Carl Albert. Carl Albert's probably right there, too. Probably above Tuttle, for being honest, maybe Bixby. But, man, I keep going back to it. It's crazy that we call it a 4A school because I think, man, these 4A schools are really good. And you go and watch a 5A or 6A game and like, man, they've got an entire little nation down there on the sidelines. It's wild.
That's why Mustang has not built a second high school, even though they desperately needed it for 15 years because they don't want to do it because they want to compete against Jenks and Bixby. And because Jenks and Bixby has, some of the largest, those communities only have one high school. And so everybody goes to the high school, and they got a massive talent pool.
They do. Mustang plays Edmond North at home, since we mentioned them. Piedmont has Eisenhower. Putnam City West, that's Sand Springs. PC North is versus Bartlesville. Let's see some more. Southmore's at Northwest Classen. Yukon is taking on Union. That's just a little bit out west of us. Westmore is at Edmond Santa Fe. Some games looking at the 6A sphere. We got about 6 minutes before we head to break, so we'll end it off in 4A before we get into our games tonight, and then we'll send it to break. Around 4A, let's see here. Ardmore is taking on Blanchard in our district play. We're looking around. Chickasha has Medill. Medill still winless. Expect that to be a Chickasha victory, unfortunately. Elk City is taking on Douglas. Obviously, Hare has Bethany tonight, so I'll skip over them for now. Stillwell is at Ada. Wagner is at Cushing. Weatherford has Elgin. Woodward has Clinton. Maybe some games to watch there. Glenpool, who we were just talking about on the volleyball side, is at Salisaw tonight. Glenpool 0-6, not doing very well in football this year. Salisaw 5-1, defending the home floor, the home field. Looking like that one's going to end up a Salisaw victory, if I had to guess. Chickasha, they're 0-6, right? But Medill 0-6 as well. They're both at the bottom there. This is a game Chickasha should win. If they're looking at this, they're saying, okay, if we want to have any chance of getting something of a spot in this district, they need to win out or come as close to winning out as they possibly can, which, if they do that, would be 3-1 in their last couple of games. I don't have the district pulled up in front of me. I might try and find that here in a second, but Medill, Tecumseh, Tuttle, and Blanchard, that was going to be a loss. Tuttle's just destroying everybody. But if they could win out, as I pull up the 4A district standings here. Let's see where that would put them about. They would get to go maybe 5th-ish, somewhere around there. They just wouldn't be dead last, which I think is what they're playing for at this point, because really no one is catching Tuttle. Tuttle's undefeated in district still. They've already knocked off Bethany, which a lot of people, I know we are considering Bethany likely that number 2 team tonight pending. The top seems to be set in District 4A too. The rest of it, though, there could be a little bit of some mixing up. Cushing sits at top 4A3, Ada top 4A4. They're tied with Southside there. On 4A1, Elgin and Clinton are tied, and we mentioned Elgin was playing tonight as well. They've got Woodward on Woodward's field. So, all right, well, I think that takes us right to about the end of the first half. We just got done previewing some of the games around the state. If you're looking just to listen to watch a bunch of different games in between half times or quarter breaks, tune into some of those games we said. I know District 4, 5, and Class 4, 5, and 6 have a lot of good matchups happening tonight. We got to send to break. This is the Thursday Night Football Game Day Show brought to you by Evans Hardware in Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. They accept cash, contactless payments, credit cards as well. Family owned and operated. Go see them out in Midwest City. And thanks again to All American Pizza, 7101 Northwest Expressway here in OKC. Let's send to break. When we come back, we'll dive into our matches tonight.
When technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
Tanko Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing is a commercial and industrial contractor. They offer end-to-end client experience that includes seamless communication, budgeting, staffing, on-site organization, and it's solid quality handiwork every time. The past projects include both new construction and repairs and restoration. Occupied and fully operational job sites are never a problem. They can also plan, manage, and build multi-phase jobs. We are a turnkey plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and mechanical contractor. Tanko Company, give them a call at 405-255-7804. Again, that's 405-255-7804. Tanko.
Are you looking for some hair, some virgin hair, some extensions? Well, come to Alchemy Ming Virgin Hair and Boutique. We have moved to 10709 North Rockwell Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Suite D. Come and see all the styles from your best hairstylist, your favorite hairstylist, the award-winning hairstylist of the year, Jasmine J.G. Garrett Whitson.
Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned, full-service, licensed, and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair, and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988, Stan's Plumbing has held itself to a higher standard in plumbing. Call 405-721-5100 to schedule your appointment. Stan's Plumbing, Valley Service, in a dirty business. 405-721-5100.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Riley, owner here at Victory Mattress Outlet, and my job is to help individuals get a quality night's sleep on our name brand mattresses for prices they can't afford. I have a great offer for you right now. If you go to this website, victorymattressoutlet.com/win, WIN, fill that form out, and you got a free coupon for a buy one mattress, get one 50% off. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.
You're watching GSN Sports and Talk on YouTube.com. The Gospel Station Sports and Talk is proud to be the official broadcast of Bethany High School Athletics. If you're interested in joining the Gospel Station as a sponsor, email americasneighborhoodvalues@gmail.com. That's americasneighborhoodvalues@gmail.com. Go Broncos!
Celebrate good times, come out. Hey, welcome back to the Thursday Night Football Game Day Show here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk, celebrating some great high school football and high school volleyball we had earlier today. Football coming later tonight, of course. You're joining Luke Young and Mike Gannon in the studio in Oklahoma City. We're getting ready to send it out to our broadcast crews all around the state of Oklahoma here in about 30 minutes. Thank you for joining us on this little bit of a game day show we've got going on. And thanks to Evans Hardware out in Midwest City. Couldn't do what we do without them. The address, of course, being 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. They have a website. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but if you go looking, you can probably just Google Evans Hardware and it'll pop up.
Yeah. Evans Hardware, Midwest City. Pop right up.
There you go. 405-732-1898. They are open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Thanks to Evans Hardware, and thanks to All American Pizza for bringing us our All American Pizza, 2 pepperonis we got today. All American Pizza's at 7101 Northwest Expressway. They helped us out with the Coaches Show recently, and we loved it. So thanks to All American Pizza. Stop by there, get yourself something. 405-721-2900. Whew. All right, Mike. Well, it's time to get into the meat of our show.
Yep.
Who do you want to cover first, Bethany or Tuttle?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who's Tuttle playing tonight?
Tecumseh.
Who's Bethany playing tonight?
Hera.
Let's do Bethany here.
All right, Bethany versus Hera. Bethany 3-3 on the year. They've gotten wins against Noble, Chickasha, and Blanchard, the last 2 being district matchups. Hera coming into tonight sitting at 4-2, very similar. They also have 2 wins in district, but they dropped their first district game to Blanchard. Their other 2 wins were McLeod and Western Heights before district play. Both of these 2 teams in this class sitting underneath Tuttle, obviously, but again, very, very close together. There's a lot that feels like it's going to be on the line tonight.
Yeah.
They're tied, 2-1 in district. Currently, Hera has the slight edge with 2 more, I don't know what the official term is, but points, district points.
And when it comes to the tiebreaker, they hold the lead right now.
They've got an acronym for it or something, but I don't know what it is. So, but 2-1 in district, obviously a slight 1-game difference on the overall record. Whoever wins this game, I don't want to call it early, but it does feel like whoever wins this game is likely going to be our number 2 team in District 4A2.
Yeah, barring injuries, yes.
Barring injuries, of course, because Bethany has had their fair share of those this year.
It's been a rough year on that front.
It has been rough. But even with that, they're still right there in contention for number 2.
Yeah.
Right, so they're going to go out there again. They're playing in Hera. So Hera gets the home field advantage, all that good stuff. But Bethany, talking to them in that Coaches Show, they're still in that same mindset of week by week, hit somebody in the mouth and see what happens. And we've seen some of their individual players pop up as stars from McLaren, Brady. They've had good running backs step up. They've had good linemen step up.
Yes.
We got to talk to Mr. Gates on the Coaches Show. This is the first time I met him. He's a pretty funny guy. But Bethany definitely has a team, especially when healthy, that can compete with anybody. But even right now, as they've got a couple players out, as they are dealing with that injury bug, they still got a team that can compete across a lot of different games, across a lot of these districts. Hera, on the other hand, I can't say I know too much more about. We talked a little bit about some of their past performances. It was a 3-point win against Chickasha, just got a field goal scraped by, but they beat Tecumseh a little bit better, 49-23, and of course that's Tuttle's opponent tonight. Blanchard beat them 35-13 for their 1 loss. Currently, Blanchard sits in the 4 spot right behind Hera and Bethany.
Yeah.
Should Bethany win, Hera will take that game and move below Blanchard. Assuming Blanchard would win, they'd have that tiebreaker now in the head-to-head, which would drop Hera 2 spots instead of 1,
Ooh.
which would be kind of rough at this point in the season for Hera, because we've only got 4 games left.
Yeah.
And let's see, Hera, they take on Tuttle in their very last game. Bethany's already played Tuttle, so that's kind of out of the way. Bethany has the much better schedule towards the end of the year.
Yeah, their schedule gets easier.
Hera, Ardmore, Tecumseh, Medill.
Yeah.
Versus what Hera has at the end of the year, looking at Bethany, Medill, Ardmore, Tuttle.
Okay.
Which Bethany and Tuttle, obviously,
Yeah.
two teams that are very, very able to beat Hera.
Yeah.
So they have got to win tonight. If you're Hera, you say, this is arguably the most important game of the year at this point.
This is the most important game because the odds are, barring injuries, you're going to take an L from Tuttle. Unless Tuttle sets a lot of players, which could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. If they've got the one locked up and all that good stuff, which it could happen.
It could happen. Although we've seen some of the Tuttle backups, they're just as good. It's like what's the best team in that district? Tuttle High. What's the second best team? Probably Bethany. What's the third best team? Maybe Tuttle's bench.
I don't even know if I'd say that, honestly. Tuttle's bench might be better than all of them. They've got a ridiculous program. It is absolutely stupid how good they are right now.
I was going to give Bethany a little respect there with their players, but it's probably close between Tuttle's bench and Bethany starters.
Probably, you're probably right. I mean, they're missing a lot of people. They're missing a lot of people, and it's so rough for a team at this year. But all you can do is just hope they heal up right, get them back later on. But I know a couple of them are going to be done for the season, I'm pretty sure. So there are a few we won't see back this year, which is always rough.
Yeah.
All right, John Hickman and John Campbell are going to be on the mic for the Bethany game tonight out in Hera. I think they're getting Mexican food for their dinner tonight, which should be pretty good. If you like them on the Football Coaches Show, if you liked them earlier this season, you'll be pleased to know they're right here on our main broadcast, the Gospel Station Sports and Talk at 6:30 p.m. They'll get going with their pregame show. If you're looking for Tuttle, which we're going to cover next, head to the Gospel Station Sports and Spirit, our alternate broadcast. Go to live365.com. You can type in Sports and Spirit to the search bar, and it'll take you right there. Okay, well, we've got about half of this segment left, so I timed that pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tuttle. And what else is there to say that we haven't said about the Tuttle Tigers already?
Nope.
Brad Ballard's 6-0 Tigers team could beat pretty much just about every 5A and 6A school in the state as well. That's the kind of team you're dealing with here. They haven't allowed a point since September 5th.
Whoa.
It's been over a month.
We're coming up on 6 weeks.
The last time they allowed any points was a touchdown to Newcastle in the second game of the season.
Whoa.
They've gotten 4 wins, 2 of them in 50-point range, 2 of them in the 60-point range since then. And they're coming back tonight against Tecumseh, who, as we mentioned, sitting at 3-3, kind of middle of the road. One of their wins even being a forfeit from Medill.
Yeah.
Tuttle's coming off, Tecumseh is coming off a pair of losses.
Yep.
Hera beat them, Blanchard beat them. Now they got a matchup against Tuttle. The Tigers.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I don't see Tecumseh standing a chance in this one. It might be another shutout.
It may be. Then maybe they get lucky with a run back, pre-play run back or something like that. But other than that, Tuttle's just a machine. They've really developed that program in the last 5-6 years, especially since COVID. They just go rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. They're like a mini Bixby, a mini Jenks. They're strong.
They are strong. Cruz Campbell, the twins, the Lanes, Jalen and Jordan, Sean Rounsville Jr., the backfield. I mean, they have got weapons up and down the roster, both sides of the ball. I mean, I think names we've called before, just off the top of my head. I mean, Donnie Schluter is there. Rounsville plays both sides. He's gotten in on some. I mean, ridiculous, suffocating type defense. And obviously, we've seen the explosiveness of their offense. They've had multiple games where on the first drive, the first play of the first drive, they've thrown touchdown passes.
Yeah.
That's the kind of team they are. Campbell has that confidence. He's got that trust in his receivers. And the team as a whole has that confidence against everybody they play.
Okay. Since you've seen them in person, unfortunately I haven't this year, size-wise, how do they match up against 6A schools? I mean, how big is the line? how fast are their wideouts and their deep players?
Well, you know what? That's actually a great question because I haven't seen enough 6A schools to really answer that for you. But I can tell you they're bigger and faster than just about every 4A school.
Well, but any 6A school basically is loaded up with Division I and Division I AA athletes. Guys that are linemen that are coming in at 300 pounds and can move and have great feet. So it's almost as good as the 6A school.
I'd say they're pretty close if they're not there because, I mean, they were bigger than Bethany on most spots at the line. Now, I will say to Bethany's credit, although there were a couple big passes, I don't remember anybody just blitzing a defensive back, beating them straight in a foot race, which that's a lot to Bethany's credit as well because we've got some good players there. But yeah, Tuttle, man, when you put it all together from a patient, elusive running back in Rouseville Jr. to a quarterback with an absolute cannon on his arm that is constantly making good decisions at the helm of a strong defense. By the way, he's got plenty of time in the pocket always, thanks to that offensive line. Tuttle is, how do I want to say this? I've said lights out before. I'm trying to think of a new a new term to use, but they're the team you draw up for every team that they want to be on the whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
They're the example. They're the example of what a winning football team would be in many, many ways. They don't struggle with penalties that much. They're pretty much always starting in good field position, thanks in large part to a special teams unit that is as good as any other part of the team, offense or defense.
Okay.
And by the way, it's probably because they have Lane returning most of their punts, and he's gotten a few punt return touchdowns this year. So they're good. They're a different kind of good. There's probably not going to be many teams in 4A that can stand up to them this year.
Wow.
Bethany met them last year in the playoffs. We played them closer, but it was still a Tuttle victory. I know that is the game the Broncos want to get back to.
Yeah.
I can't say that in full confidence. The Broncos want to get back to that spot in the playoff where they're playing Tuttle, where they've gone a few rounds deep and they have a chance at the Tigers again. The Tigers are Hunt State Championship, just plain and simple. And tonight it feels like Tecumseh is probably just going to be another step on that staircase to state championship, if you will. I almost said stairway to heaven, but I don't think that works as well.
The thing that's blowing my mind with Tuttle is the fact that, I mean, they sound like there were a few schools of their size, pre-oil bust in the 70s and 80s. There were at the time would have been 3A schools, and yeah, they had linemen that were 265, 270 that were being recruited by OU and OSU at the time, and probably SMU before they got hit with the death penalty. So sounds like Tuttle's kind of in the same boat. It's like a throwback to what was happening at that level 50, 40 years ago.
I do know
where they're just a few guys that ranchers and farmer kids who were 6'2", 6'3", and 285 pounds of pure muscle.
I think a couple of them have started receiving college offers, but you'd have to ask them themselves. Yeah. But going down the list, it's just you get past one and there's another right there to meet you. They meet you at the line with like 5 people every single time, it feels like. I mean, I've called, going down the list, Kel Harriman, Eli Clark, some of the linemen we're talking about here, Hank Hammerschmidt, he's been in there, Josh Berger. They're good. They're good. Yeah. They're very, very good.
Back in the day, whenever those 3A levels and the teams that were very good, they would go up against teams that, all the linemen were 6 foot tall and weighed about 215 pounds soaking wet, and you just couldn't believe the size difference.
Yeah,
it's like in the NFL now where you see some teams are way bigger, or college football where you see some teams are just way bigger on the line than the other team, and you're thinking, this is not going to go well.
I mean, senior number 60 Eli Clark is 6'4", 260. That gives you an idea, and a lot of them sit around that 260 range.
And that's very large for a 4A school.
All right, well, that takes us to the end of that segment. I can talk a lot about Tuttle because I've been calling their games all year long. If you're looking for the Tuttle versus Tecumseh game tonight, it's on our alternate broadcast, the Gospel Station Sports and Spirit. Before we go to break, thanks to Evans Hardware at 1021 South Douglas Boulevard out in Midwest City. Call 405-732-1896. They are unfortunately closed now, but they'll be open again tomorrow at 8 a.m. and on Sunday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
I caught it.
Yeah.
They'll be open tomorrow at 8, Saturday at 8, and Sunday at 11. So thanks to Evans Hardware and thanks to All American Pizza.
John Campbell is your local health market agent that specializes in Medicare. Instead of talking through an 800 number, talk face-to-face with your local agent, John Campbell, to answer all your questions and find the company that best fits your needs. John Campbell Health Market serves Yukon, Bethany, and the surrounding area and will travel across the state of Oklahoma to meet with you. Call John Campbell Health Markets at 405-200-8414. Call 405-200-8414. C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience, of product knowledge, and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods. At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
We are Integrity Heating, Air, and Plumbing, in business for over 40 years. We've provided top-notch service for every company and residential home in the area. Let's take a look inside and let you meet some people.
Hey, Blaine. Good morning. Here we have a part of our call center. This is Tina. That's Gabby. That's our general manager, BJ. Our office hours are from 7:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday. And we do heating and air conditioning, plumbing and electrical. Give us a call. We always have specials. Our number one priority is your family, constant comfort, and convenience. We offer 24-hour service.
And in order for us to do that, we fully stock everything here at our warehouse. Whether it's commercial or residential, we offer plumbing, heating and air, and electrical full services. All of our guys are licensed, we're bonded and insured.
Here at Integrity, we offer senior discounts, military discounts, and public service discounts.
You worked hard for us, so let us work hard for you.
Yeah, go Broncos.
Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's does. Come by Zaxby's Chicken Fingers and Buffalo Wings at 5859 Northwest Expressway and find out why Zaxby's is Oklahoma's go-to for great chicken meals. Zaxby's has the chicken fingers, the sandwiches, the wings, and the sauce that will leave your mouth watering. Now with the all-new lemon pepper line of meals. Late Night Zax introduces the Zappetizer Trio and keeps the drive-thru open after 8 p.m. So use the Zaxby's app to earn rewards, and remember that Zaxby's will cater your event. Head to 5859 Northwest Expressway or call 405-603-8190 to make your Zaxby's order now. 405-603-8190. Zaxby's.
Welcome back to the Thursday Night Football Game Day Show. It's a celebration here in Oklahoma City as we get ready for another round of high school football games. Fall break version. Luke Young, Mike Gannon here in the studio. Thanks to All American Pizza for sponsoring our food tonight, getting us some delicious pizza. All Americans at 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call 405-721-2900. Takeout, delivery. They're great for kids. Stop by for lunch, dinner, whatever you want, because they're open until 9 p.m. tonight. This show is brought to you by Evans Hardware. Evans Hardware is at 1021 South Douglas Boulevard here in Oklahoma City. We always say Midwest City for that one, but thanks to Evans Hardware, again, they accept contactless payments, cash. If you just got the swipe card, they've got that too. Open 8 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 4 on Sundays. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in to this show, whether you're online on the gospelstations.com Sports and Talk or on the Facebook Gospel Station Sports and Talk there as well. We always appreciate the support. Here in about 10 minutes, we're going to turn it over to our different broadcasting crews, and they're going to get into their pregame shows. Mike, before we close off this show and talk about maybe some college or pro sports, just taking it to the end, is there anything else you'd like to say about the high school stuff we've been having going on?
No, I'm with you a lot. A lot of these, we're now deep in district play, and these teams are getting serious, and Tuttle's on a mission. And, at the 5A, 6A, Carl Albert and Bixby are on a mission, which is kind of how we figured this season would play out. So, and talking to you here about tunnel, and that gave me a sense of just how big these guys are and how fast they are. And yeah, it's like, it's like I said, as I said in the last segment, it's a throwback to the way things were back in the 70s when I was a little kid, and I would see these one team and to be all guys, about the size of my dad or maybe a little bigger, and the other team would all be the size of my uncle. I'm like going, and even at that age, I'm going, that's not going to work.
A reminder at the District 4A standings. In 4A1, Elgin and Clinton are both 3-0 in district. In 4A2, Tuttle sits alone. In 4A3, Cushing sits alone. And in 4A4, Ada and Sallisaw are tied for district lead. Those are your leaders heading into this next week in the season. Bethany at Hera, Tuttle at Tecumseh, the games we're getting ready for tonight. Well, let's talk about a different level of football there. Let's get into college football. Our Oklahoma Sooners take on University of South Carolina next.
Yeah.
Coming off of a loss against Texas. I didn't see Mateer on the injured list. I guess he's going to play.
So far, I guess he's going to play as well.
I mean, like I said, I haven't seen anything different. I mean, you have the game. He takes the helmet like we talked about. If he's healing up fine, he's healing up fine, right? I mean, that's the thought behind it.
Hopefully, what had happened, they really don't talk a lot about some of the injuries unless it's catastrophic, major injury.
Yeah.
But maybe it sounded like that his hand swelled up on him because when he got bruised, and that's why he lost his accuracy because he was throwing darts at the beginning of the game. That first drive, he was throwing a couple of darts, and then they said he was in the pregame warm-ups he was throwing darts, and then he got that hand hit. And he got, the skin kind of peeled off a bit, and he got skinned up, and then after that, it was, he was struggling. So, and he had the rust as well for being off for 33 weeks. So, hopefully, this next game, he should be the easiest opponent in the next stretch. Is South Carolina. They should be favored, and they should win this game.
They are favored here. Oklahoma is ranked number 14 in the AP polls right now. South Carolina is 3-3 on the season. Oklahoma now 5-1. And yeah, you're right. Looking ahead at this OU schedule, oh boy. How about current number 5 team Ole Miss, current number 11 Tennessee, number 6 Alabama, number 16 Missouri, and number 10 LSU to round out the year. I'm pretty sure the toughest remaining schedule out of any team.
It is a tough remaining schedule. Alabama got their mojo back after getting shellacked earlier in the season. So, yeah. They're not done yet.
No, I mean, if you were listening to the game plan 2 days ago, now you heard the podcast clip that was on with Chase Horsley, the 5 horsemen.
Yeah.
There's a chance OU doesn't win another game. There's a chance they go maybe 3-3 here. Yeah. But how much of a chance do you think there is that they win the majority of these?
It all depends on Mateer's health. That's what it is. It's Mateer's health. If he's healthy, I could see them losing maybe just one more game, either Alabama or LSU. But if he's not healthy, then they're in trouble. And it's what happened last year. They just play out the string and just don't have enough offense. The defense is dynamite. The offense, though, doesn't have enough firepower.
No, a lot does rest in Mateer's literal hands right now.
Yes.
Ole Miss is going to be super tough. Alabama's obviously going to be super tough. We've played LSU in the final game before. That's a nightmare most of the time. Man, what a schedule. I mean, I do not envy any player on that team, any coach on that staff. I don't know how you approach these coming games. Guess it's the same way a lot of high school teams are, a week at a time. Oklahoma, again, sitting at number 14 now. A chance to rise very highly if they get some wins, chance to fall very far if they don't. And they haven't done well in the bowls in these past couple of years either.
Yeah.
So it's a rough spot for Oklahoma. I would still say at this point, their fate's in their own hands.
Yeah.
Right? If they do find a way to get these wins, pull off 1 or 2 upsets along the way, they'll be right back in the top 10, right back in that national championship conversation. Sorry, Facebook, I just hit the mic. But if they don't, who knows what this team looks like next year?
Yeah, true. Yeah, if they do a full-on collapse, which means the defense starts giving up 35, 45, points a game, then Venables is definitely on the hot seat. But if the defense plays well and it's just, our injuries on the offense, then I think Venables is given another year.
I would say so too.
Remember, Castiglione, even though he announced his leaving, Castiglione's hanging around for one more year.
Oh, you haven't heard the news.
Well, what's the latest?
Let me pull it up here.
Yep.
You said, wait, who did you just say? Because I saw Kurt Signetti. You were thinking Castiglione.
I said Castiglione, who's the OU athletic director who hired Venables.
Right, my mistake there. My mistake.
Yeah. So what you got?
But that did remind me about Signetti.
Okay.
Kurt Signetti and Indiana football have agreed to terms on a new 8-year contract with an average annual compensation of approximately $11.6 million. The new contract runs through November 30th, 2033. Big news for Indiana there.
Did Indiana just usurp Penn State as the third best team in the Big 12? The Big 10?
Let me look it up.
Think about it. The Big 10 was always Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. And then, now Oregon's in the league too, so that adds them. But Penn State has just fallen apart in the last 2 years, and now with the coach gone, now Indiana's seizing the moment with Penn State down to lock their guy in place, hit the transfer portal, bring these people in to the Indiana University, and build a program to be battling for the third or fourth slot in that league.
I pulled up the standings for them. Indiana is 6-0,
6-0,
number 3 overall.
Yeah.
In the Big Ten, they're tied with Ohio State at 6-0.
Yeah.
Basically, they're the 1-2, and then Miami is right there at 5-0 or whatever they're at. So
they have a real shot to turn themselves into a power in the Big Ten. After being one in the middle of a pack game for the last 40 years, 50 years, however long it's been.
Yeah, Indiana is just coming off a big upset win against Oregon. They won that 30-20. Their starting quarterback Fernando Mendoza went for over 215 yards, went a touchdown. He was 20 for 31 on his pass attempts. They put up a 10 spot in the first and fourth quarter en route to that victory. So still another big slate of matchups here in college football in this next week. Of course, we'll take Friday off. Before getting into that, I got to head back down to Texas for my little sister's senior night tomorrow. So that's what I'll be doing on my Friday night. But when we come back, high school volleyball, college football, NFL football.
Yeah.
And, of course, the MLB playoffs are happening all at the same time. But all right, well, we got to send it out to our broadcast crews. Thanks one more time to Evans Hardware and All-American Pizza. Stop by those two places, All-American Pizza right here on Northwest Expressway and Evans out in Midwest City. This has been the Thursday Night Football Game Day Show on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. Luke Young and Mike Gannon signing off.